Well, it turned out to be a stormy Oaks Day afternoon here in central and southern Kentucky. Looking at your weather headlines, rolling through the upcoming weekend. Derby Day, legitimate rain chances on tap. The upper level system that's going to be a big player this weekend, that's going to keep things cool and unsettled into early next week, but briefly drying out with some sunshine on Tuesday. I talked about the active weather with all the storms around. We've really lucked out here in Lexington. We got a little bit of activity just to our southeast, but really southern and eastern Fayette County, the only part of Lexington that has really seen any rainfall. This thing kind of split, but if you look down to the south, we got 6 different severe thunderstorm warnings between north of Somerset over toward the Hazard area. So it is not a fun drive at all anywhere along the Hal Rogers Parkway. So you see the one cell here south of Hazard, east of Hyden. Warning for the cell now north of Manchester, creeping up toward Owsley County. One that will eventually ride up into western Clay and southern Jackson County around Annville, either side of London, and then over toward Mount Vernon coming out of the northern part of Pulaski County. All these have the potential of damaging winds and more so some larger hail, especially where you see the pink that's on the reflectivity. It's usually an indication of some larger hail. But check this out. Here's Lexington. We're dry now, and this is a cell that moved right across Nicholasville, and it kind of grazed the Clays Ferry area out toward Athens Boonesboro, where the new soccer stadium is, south of Winchester now, running down toward Ruckerville across the southeastern part of Clark County. I think Mount Sterling will get in on this, and then you have to go all the way up into northern Kentucky, coming out of Owen County and into Grant County. Severe thunderstorm warnings up that way for the cluster that caused the weather delay and the slight delay of the Kentucky Oaks, which is now set to go off here in about 20 minutes or so. This little cluster around West Liberty and also close to the US 23 corridor in far eastern Kentucky, kind of getting its act together. So everything rolling in through the mid to late afternoon. And again, when you look at the loop, look at how it splits. So Lexington just right in the favored area to avoid any of the strong storms. This initial line, which turned out to be the main line, really kind of unexpected. The data was kind of pegging on this secondary wave, which was expected to be the main wave. So a bit of an earlier arrival. The severe thunderstorm watch until 9 o'clock, already beginning to trim counties down to our west. So that's good news, and hopefully we'll see some improvement. Even though we're still in the level 3, Storm Prediction Center, I think, will eventually back this off. Still got the weather impact, especially for eastern Kentucky, going to the early evening hours. Hicks and Funson, Cam, got some thunderstorms here in the Lexington area, but much of the city dry. Checking out the east side there at Hamburg, 73. Jackson County near McKee are at 75. Storms in your area, they're going to be coming up your way. Far eastern Kentucky, pressing 80. A lot of rain cooled air. As you see, only 59 in Williamsburg. Dew points are up a bit, nothing off the charts. Even away from any thunderstorms, we've had wind gusts 20-25 through the course of the afternoon. This area of low pressure enhancing things along that stalled out front. So as we go through the remainder of the evening, eventually the severe weather threat goes away. I still think we'll hang on to a few isolated to scattered showers even into tomorrow morning. And then, of course, the all-important Derby forecast, it does look to be on the wet side. Thunderstorm chances pretty much across eastern Kentucky. There may be a window during the late afternoon, early evening where things are dry over Churchill Downs, but definitely take the rain gear along. Level 1 threat as far as severe weather for southeastern Kentucky. The issue is, even beyond tomorrow, will be an upper level system which is going to sit and spin over the Ohio Valley. That means clouds, that means cooler temperatures, and it means occasional showers. So just kind of a dreary Derby weekend. This will continue into Monday before we finally start to see some improvement. In fact, you look at our rain chances, they do ramp down, but they stay in place. We're hoping that Tuesday we catch a dry day with some sunshine back in the forecast. So these strong storms early, and then we're just into some lingering showers during the overnight. 58 the low. Tomorrow, off and on showers, 66. So will be cooler. A few storms confined to southeastern Kentucky for the most part. Extended forecast here. Little damp and dreary Sunday, Monday, low to mid 60s. Looks like our best day will come on Tuesday. Some sunshine and highs around 70, and another system creeping up from the southwest could produce some low-end shower chances mid to late next week with afternoon highs in the low to mid 70s.